Alright, so in this video I'm going to discuss the top 6 countries for expats, and the flavor here is countries that are less or least radical, meaning no extreme left, no extreme right. A lot of people don't want to deal with any of that BS. They want to be left alone, and they want to focus their time and energies on two very important things. One is earning more money for a better life, for a good life, and second is enjoying life with their family. They are sick of any wokeism, they're sick of heavy taxation, they're sick of heavy involvement from the society. They want to be left alone. And this really stems from a very interesting chat on my community. Now, if you haven't yet signed up for my advanced polls and chats on this channel, it's a great opportunity to meet with like-minded individuals, share your thoughts, learn a lot from expert expat members. One of my subscribers, he on my channel raised a question, very interesting one. He said, looking for a country with little to no radicals, where would you suggest other than Poland? Now, Poland is interesting, beautiful. It's not the richest of countries. You have a lot of people, women from Ukraine who have fled to Poland. So you have a lot of those entrants. Unfortunate war situation has caused this, but Poland is flooded with a lot of refugees from Ukraine. What apart from Poland is a good destination? So I wanted to share some thoughts of what some other people talked about, and then what I feel are some of the top picks if you're looking for the least radical countries. Now, someone mentioned Hungary, Bulgaria, North Macedonia, UAE, all decent options, but I personally I feel UAE has pollution. So yes, there's no crime or less crime, there's no radicalism in Dubai, but then at the same time you have pollution to deal with. If you're living there physically, setting up companies, taxation, all those optimizations and all those theories are fine, but when you're actually physically talking about living your life in Dubai, in that air, yes, it is good for some people, and some people find it way too polluted. Recently, Hamza ran away from Dubai because of the pollution levels. He had some respiratory issues that he faced, and I've covered that as part of a separate video. Now, Bulgaria is okay. The one issue I see in Bulgaria is that it's a little bureaucratic. Same thing with Hungary. It's a little bureaucratic when you're dealing with the government offices and stuff like that, but that's a separate issue. If you're talking about less radical countries, then these are definitely viable options. And there are two types, right? One is on the richer side, where you have the means, you have the monies, and you want to live a luxurious life. Then there are options like Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, there's Liechtenstein, there is Austria, and not Australia. Australia is the last place that I would want to go. And during the COVID, interestingly, there were reports that they actually even jailed their own citizens for entering that country. Such options where the government plays a heavy role in your life, a lot of people are trying to get rid of those options. Something else that really impacts a lot of people is the whole citizenship based taxation. It's not about filing a bunch of forms and all of that. It's about the mental block. It's about the fact that someone actually controls you at the end of the day. Is something that really bothers a lot of people. Other people who don't travel much are not expats. It hardly matters. Then you have a good job from that country. It makes sense to stay put and enjoy what the country has to offer, including the access, the respect, and the citizenship. But if you're an expat, then you don't want to be controlled. You want to be under the guise of any particular government. So in that sense, a lot of people want to get away from those options. Australia, yes, yes, it is less radical as compared to some other countries, less of the wokeism as compared to some other Western countries, but just where everything is headed in terms of taxation and the governmental control over its citizens, that's one of the last options that I would consider. One interesting option someone mentioned was North Macedonia. Now, I see an issue with North Macedonia. Yes, it's a poor country. No, that's not the issue. The problem is there have been several reports, and if you follow some YouTube content related to North Macedonia, bureaucracy aside, from what I've seen, very stringent enforcement, sometimes very unnecessary. People's drones have been confiscated for no reason by some officials, and then there's some heavy penalties for no reasons apparently. Secondly, you don't hear a lot of experiences from tourists who are going there. Exceedingly nowadays, with just the downturn, the financial downturn, things have started to boil a bit. So instead of North Macedonia, I would rather look at Montenegro. Now, interestingly, Montenegro had their citizenship program, and that was a golden opportunity when they had just launched it for the first year. The program slightly changed towards the later half. They increased the donation amount, and it did not make any sense at that time. But when they initially launched the program, you were looking somewhere between 350k euros of investment, and obviously the property was overpriced at that time also, but you got a very good looking passport, a beautiful red passport, including an access to a pretty less radical country. Nonetheless, there are several other options. Now, if you are interested in switching base and starting a new residency that leads to citizenship, you can always book a call with us. We can discuss what specifically suits your need, and we can get you started. And before you go, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure to turn on the bell notification and subscribe, because we cover residency programs around the world. And also let me know your thoughts in the comments. What is your dream country? Which is one country or one or two countries that you would like to go and settle down in? And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, make sure you're subbed, and catch you in the next one.